find out.
Yes. So we'll have 2 different shades of Lantern Wind from each list. If it is Damadetsu, or it should be, as I said, we actually don't know. I didn't think to ask. This is so unknown. I was just trying to get this sorted, and we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoy playing clips, TJ Bozilla. And hopefully you catch up on our stream later. I believe that is a Ben coming down into the seats, from what I tell from the jumper. So we will be seeing at least a different list, Nova versus the Lantern Wind list. However, as a point, Ben Stott has now drawn.
Ben.
Yes, we just seen him come on scene. He's drawn both of his game versus Lantern Wind, and he got through his last one on basically the same as you just saw now, very close. So this has all the maidens will be in a very close game again. So we'll see if Ben can pull something out of bad, if Gareth knows the matchup maybe as well as Dan to play it. It is all up for grabs right here. See who can get for regionals, see who can get for prizes, see who can get for glory. And I'll point out, either way, Gareth has qualified for nationals here.
Yeah.
Because Ben Stott has already qualified, so the qualification goes down 1 place to Gareth, so he can be proud of that. He has qualified. Ben Stott.
Oh, right. Maybe this one can be a bit more chill.
in the finals, with not similar, but similar to what we saw in the second game today, Ben facing another Lantern Wind team here. A different form of Lantern Wind, the multiple man, like I said, instead of a Morphin Jar, Constantine being added in. And I think we're having a clap for the 3rd and 4th places there, and as they receive their prizes.
And I believe it is 3 wins and a loss for both.
Actually, I don't know.
Ben came...
He definitely has 1 tie. He may just opt for as a top band 1-1-1. Because Dan was our top seed coming into the single eliminations. The top seed has got out, so he may be 2-1-1-1. 2-1-1. I said too many ones there. We're not guess that. It doesn't actually say on our sheet. We just have a list of names.
Yeah, we just have list names. Yeah, so I'm only going, but we're going by guess.
Yes.
Best guess.
We know he tied at least 1. We'll assume he lost 1, because if not, he'd be up there with Dan. It must be the difference in points. So
yeah,
unless he tied 2, it's 2-0-2. Actually, maybe it's likely it's 2-0-2. It's 2 wins.
It's 2 wins.
Or something.
Yeah. Let's not complicate things any more than it already has been.
And none of our matchup sheets, of course, say it at all, so we can't see anything.
Tournament organizer pack.
Yes. Everyone said in the tournament organizer pack. We couldn't find it. Maybe it's a thing to look at after this game. The players agreed to the decision, so they were both happy with it. So we'll just
that's the thing. They were both happy with the result, and it was fair in the end. Yes. So, right, change the game. Score.
I think I'll just grab my drink before we started. I'm feeling my voice down already.
Right, I'll be right back. So go and grab one myself, actually.
Yeah.
I'll give the capable hands of Jonny.
Yeah. So we're rolling to see who goes first. We'll see who takes it first. I imagine they'll take it first just to try and slow the other player down. Looks like Ben Stott's in first in the first game. It could prove significant. If it goes to 3 games again, it could give him the first turn advantage, but we'll see what happens. See the dice tab come out again. Again, a really nice little contraption to help. I'm going to see Dareth looking at a couple of Ben's cards, because Superwoman is not often seen. The Beholder is lesser seen as well, so get a good idea of what the levels do, and maybe you realise at the end of that last game you can use the opponent's levels more often.
Timer started, so I'm starting the timer before I go and...
Timer has started.
Timer has indeed started.
So 50 minutes from now. Actually, no, it's not. Ben, he has changed his mind. He looked like he was going to go first, but he has passed it to Gareth. Or Gareth has taken it, depending, but... See a total master down first turn, that's always what you want to see as the Lantern Wind player. It means you can get your Elfie for your other 2-drop first turn. Very bad use of a dice tower there from Ben. Possibly nerves, possibly just trying to have a bit of fun. It's hard to say from here. As we see a reroll, we see Variety of Energy and a Psychic come out from Ben. Ben will like to see some Vamp. He gets the Elfie to try and lock down Gav in future turns. Gav will definitely one Professor X. It's pretty much impossible to stop that Professor X. So in terms of globals this game, we have a lot less on Ben's Slot side, but we still have that Vip Hunter's Blue Eyes combo, which was not much seen in previous games by Gav. So we'll see if he's gotten on and will make further use of it this game, or whether he'll still keep playing his Professor X exclusive game. Possibly if the Elfies start locking him down more, he may choose to switch up his tactics, but we've just got to see how the game's going and how both players play. I'll definitely be interested to see how Ben has reacted to his previous Lantern matchups, whether he's got a better answer in some form, or if he's still trying to find his good answer in this list for threat that Lantern poses. Because Lantern can be very resilient, very powerful, very out of the box, just suddenly coming in for a bit of damage, so it is a good list and one I'd recommend people trying out and making sure they're ready for, even if they're not planning to play it themselves. We had 4 or 5 different Lantern lists, which is a high amount actually. I'm quite surprised to see that many in this few Bard lists. Possibly just a fact of the matter with our meta here in Norwich. Like I said, we used to have Bard fans, so we have a lot of people who are not the biggest fans, so we like to see different lists, and it has been a good tournament with good lists all around. Actually, I don't believe we've had a single Bard played onto the field for this regionals, which may be a record. I know some of you watchers have ever seen it before, but not a single Bard played onto our stream games. Yes, we are seeing the Beholder being hunted in. We see a Professor and we see the Elf Thief being Blue Eyes out, so it can come back in next turn. So we'll see what's Dav come up with. He's got a couple of sided out, which means that out of his bad at least. He's got the Constantine and the Elf Thief, which is a nice roll for him this turn. If he can get both of them as characters and have an Elf Thief cycling, he can definitely start to lock down Ben, lock down that Beholder, stop Ben getting the big plays off that Beholder we saw in his games versus Dan.
I'm back with a snack and a drink.
We have a snack.
Oh, I have because I'm not eating anything all day. Yeah. So yeah, what have I missed?
Not much good. Started setting up. Ben has a nice prep area set up. He's got a Beholder, he's got an Elf Thief, he's got a couple of cyclists in there. Dav has a big roll this time, has both Constantine and Elf Thief in his roll, which is very nice for him. I'm saying if he can get that Constantine out, he can really slow down Ben's Beholder shenanigans with the globals, so I haven't been updating that is my mistake. He has bought 2, they both bought 2 dice in fact. So we'll see what both of them come up with and see. That's impressive all the siders out, that means he won't be drawn into that many. I'd say he just wants to leave those out. Even as protectors potentially if Ben starts getting fancy with any of his stuff and just keep him out as bad at all costs.
Having that war cyclist early on is probably going to get given an advantage.
Possibly.
He's got a defensive line,
Yeah.
defensively, for anything that has got my Ben may try to throw out.
Yeah. Like I said, I think more important is the bad advantage, not having those sided go through. Sideds are in general the worst dice to draw. He will need to make sure to keep a couple in his bad roach. He needs a bolt energy to be able to do it still.
And
so,
yeah, none of his dice have fight a bolt energy.
And we see Dav actually making use of Vip Hunters this time, as Ben just showed us there. He may have learned from the last game that Vip Hunters is a very important card to make use of. So he's Vip Hunted in a multiple man, so he can get his swarm set up that much quicker and that much earlier, which could be a decisive thing. Should be the decider that he could have had in the games of Lottie, but we've got to see how much of a difference that makes now. Yeah, so who plays still on 20? I believe we're just going to see Ben Stotts just use his dice, his life track at the bottom, which we can keep track of here, so we're not worried about the countdown there. Dav is looking at the prep area to see how much Ben has, which is a good, like I said, a powerful prep area. And we're just going to see Cyclops out of there, but he doesn't need him. He has everything he needs already out of the field, and we'll see what he can roll from here. He's looking for that Elfie to steal the energy. He has.
Yeah, he's got that.
And where's the Beholder? He's got the Beholder as well. I know he missed Elfie, I think.
Ooh.
He missed the Elfie twice. He could choose
Ouch.
Parallax now.
He could parallax.
Ben is definitely one not to miss the global opportunity of an opposition, but he may just decide to let the energy on his opponent's side is only going to get him 1 dice because he doesn't have much to Professor X away. So it's not the biggest worry if he just wants a double energy. Plus, I don't. Can you see where the Constantine dice is? I believe it got played last time. I can't see it right now.
There.
Nice, yes, so it is in play. Green and screen. So I'm guessing possibly Dav named the. It looks like Dav may have named the Elf Thief, which is why he was completely fine with the energy. But we will see. We'll see what Ben decides to do.
We'll see how it all goes.
Yeah, so he's brought another oppression, but the oppression begins. This is not something he expected to do coming into this tournament, as he indicated during the lunch break we had. But that was at least the second time he's bought that just on stream, and he seems to be wanting to use that a lot, wanting to use that as almost a pseudo imprisoned. Doing attack with everything, so he's choosing to block. All of them are being blocked. Yeah, so all of them are being blocked. So both sides get some more vamp. Gav especially gets a lot more vamp, but he needs to keep his dice pad empty still.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Ben that turn with his beholder used the Vic Hunter and Blue Eyes Globals. The Elf Thief was obviously the one named rather than the beholder. I'm not too sure I agree with that, as the energy wasn't the most.
It wasn't.
No bitterness at the point. Just to explain to any viewers who are not familiar, and Elliot, Common Vixen is widely thought to be one of the worst cards in the format. She costs one more than her less common versions, and she is worse. So we've got Common at 4 cost, blank, and we've got 2 3 cost Vixens, which both have an ability. So Common Vixen is one of the worst cards in the game.
Bloody hell! Yeah, that's a terrible
the
card.
The stats are bad for no abilities. For worse, just strictly worse. No reason to play it ever. So
cost more and you get less.
Yeah.
So was that early on in the game?
It was relatively early, I think.
Justice League 71.
2015. So that was the first DC set. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty early on, but still a bit in. There's still going to be some bad cards in every set, but that one's just a very obvious one, which people like to pin up. Fits and Satchel, oh dear. Well, finish with regionals, win with it, get some presents of it. See it in a stream someday, that will be the best thing. Someone playing Common Vixen in a stream. Thank you for that. It is.
All credibility as commentators, wow.
Strongest card in the game. I believe someone that did one of the game pages to write on one of them, just if you play this, you win, or something similar to that. Just handwritten by one of the creators, which is quite fun, but
still,
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, not even, I don't think even the attack value. No, it's exactly the same. So the attack, there's nothing kind of redeeming about that.
2 and 3 lost stat values. It is. What's SR Emma Frost? Well, while the game's going on, so if there's some attacks going on, I believe the Mr. Fantastic level was used there to force the Elf Thief to go through.
And so we have 18 hit points left on Ben's side of the game.
Yeah, or 17 actually, I think. 20 is a max one, so
17. You're right, actually. Yeah, 17.
Yes, I think he just took 1 damage from overdrawing. He only had 3 dice, so that's why he's got that dice there to represent it. So he has won every single one of his dice now. Yes, so we'll see what Ben can do with his huge dice roll. Yes, we have 1. So it was there anyway, but worst secret rares, I don't know, the new Deadpool secret rare is pretty terrible as well. For a new set, it is possibly worse than his common and uncommons in that set. Unfortunately, one of the ones I do have.
Really? The new Deadpool secret rare is actually not that great?
It is pretty terrible. If you want to, you can get it up on stream if you want to while we watch the game, but...
I know, it was me thinking Deadpool would be awesome.
Some of the other ones are pretty fun, but the super rare is...
that one?
That one, the red one, above it.
When Deadpool's KO target person...
Level 1 counter die.
Yeah, it's very situational.
The other ones, it's like...
Yeah.
The other ones have deadly and have the same cost, same stats. Yeah, it was his set. At least Lady Deadpool did well.
Yeah. I knew they'd have Bob in here somewhere.
And he does support Deadpool characters, and it's pretty fun.
Great.
No, Deadpool set was pretty fun. We did a draft of it recently. Maybe if Deadpool is better. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that, but like I said, it's a bit of a shame, but
alright then. So the
game, still fun cards.
The game continues.
Yeah, so we have at least 2 of the cards from that set in player for the moment. So
who will walk away with this lovely, lovely set of Dice Master stuff?
It's going to be hard to say. Like I said, Ben Scott has faced this game twice already and has drawn both times. Whether he's managed to learn from that enough to be able to push through the win, or whether the differences in this will make a big difference, is going to be what decides this. Gav definitely has picked up Hulk Warbound. I don't know that one. Shall we? Let's have a look at it. So Hulk Warbound. Not a few. Like I said, while the Warbounds. Aftershock. All players with all life. Yeah, that is pretty terrible.
Ouch.
So, yeah. It is 8 cost and not bad great. So yeah, I'll agree that's a pretty terrible one as well. Should we check?
Okay, so we got another damage going through there, and we're down to 14.
Yes, 14. So that was a Beholder down through. I think Ben just wanted to be able to cycle it through, get the globals down again, keep dice in reserve board to be able to keep Professor X in. So he should easily. He overdrew last turn, so he's guaranteed to. I'm pretty sure he's pretty guaranteed to overdraw this turn if he desires to. He got the Nova as well in his prep area that turn, so his win condition is definitely advancing. So there's talking between people.
Yes.
Wish we could hear what we're saying. That is a pretty bad draw for Gareth there. The team's probably very late game had been an 8 cost there, that Hulk. There must be something better. I'm pretty sure there is a 6 or 7 toss which does something similar to just send Finns to use power when carried. So, but there's one that send possibly does even better, but we'll see. We got the multiple man potentially coming out.
We also got sidekick there.
Sidekick, which
multiple man I think wasn't rolling on a character face, so
he's going to keep trying.
Go for a reroll on there. There's the character face he wants.
He wants it out, and he wants to try and get more multiple men dice in.
Got 2 bolts and a wild, which he spends.
He does spend something to feel like multiple man. As we saw before, it has at least 1 field and cost on all sides, I believe. I thought it did. We'll double check. Uncommon Medusa for the Deadly team, yeah. The Uncommon Medusa actually pretty much lost a game against it in a draft recently.
Tangled up. At the end of the turn, KO characters KO all character dice that were engaged with his character. Medusa can block up to 2 character dice.
Yeah. Actually, the common Medusas are really nice. The Uncommon and the Common are both pretty nice. The Rare's a bit worse. My only trouble with Medusa is they had to be KO'd with combat damage and she has Deadly. It seems to be a bit counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Because Deadly does not count as KO with combat damage. So, yeah, we see the big Professor X play here from Ben, leaving him with just 4 dice to draw. Yeah, Common is really good. Common with, I believe it is a Black Bolt, like you were saying, is really good. So now Multiple is going through for some moments. I'm guessing Ben may have, Ben must have fantastic it up, and Gareth has blinked it back down, so that wastes the energy that Gareth is trying to keep. And this is, again, all Ben's dice are going into this dice tower. The large amount of dice made the dice tower nice as well, because it can be hard to get that many dice in your hand, just get a controlled rolling. Motorbike Global. I believe let's have a look at that. So these are all things people are excited for in the Deadpool set. So pay fist, remove target block character die from the attack zone. So to act like a bit of a lesser blink global. So it only works when your character has been blocked, or when a character has been blocked, but it is still very useful. And sometimes you don't want just a blink effect, you want a lesser effect, and maximum motorcycle is good. So sometimes these lesser globals can be better for your team, which is the other nice thing about globals. We've seen a lot of misses on character faces there from Ben. He did not. I can't imagine he rolled what he wanted there.
No, probably not at all.
He has a choice to paralyze us away. He does have the Oppression Begins. That won't carry over Multiple Man, because Multiple Man has a field and toss of 1. So just saying we have all the team sheets still here.
Yep, just checking so that I can give them to Troopers 6 when we're done. Which I probably will have to go home and do it then, but I will make sure it gets over to you, sir.
Yes. Seeing what Ben will do in this situation. Missing the character faces is a big thing. He wants up the holder going, he wants an Elf Thief going. So I wouldn't blame him if he parallaxed here.
No, I think parallaxing wouldn't be a bad option. He's got so many dice he can afford to parallax.
Yeah. That's a parallax. That is a parallax. Yep. So he's parallaxing those dice away. And so he gets the character faces on at least 2 of the dice. Did he have a Nova as well? I can't see his hands in the way, so...
You got the Nova.
Yeah, Gareth has actually had a tendency of buying in quite late after he's got his character set up. I haven't played Lantern Min enough to tell you whether it's a bad idea. It's one of the ones I still need to play, but it does seem to be... You need a win in a field to get your win condition, so it does seem to be something you want to be rolling often and early to make sure you get it in. And plus, once you have it in, you can start doing that chip damage even just to get something through with the Blink Global, so... Possibly agree with you there. Use a Blue Eyes, use a Whip Hunters, get it in early. But we'll see what... Yes.
Yeah, he's much later in the string games today. Right. Whether it's an actual wise tactic, I don't know.
So I think I'd agree personally with it earlier. It's possible he has a game plan which makes him want to get it later. Definitely multiple man, swarming first maybe, but I do agree, in my opinion, that is a mistake. There's lots of times when he could have Blue Eyes, he could have Whip Hunted it in, getting it out. Just then if you miss it, it's not such a bad thing. Otherwise it's an all or nothing roll on that miss. And if you miss it then, So that's why he's running a pallet, so he doesn't miss him with that cost energy and everything done forward on that. So we are seeing, I believe, the Blue Eyes and the Whip Hunters globals from the Beholder as normal. So we'll see what Ben buys with this. It's possible. The interesting thing is being able to use the Superwoman global in that situation.
Yeah.
But I believe actually all of his I save one are bolts anyway, so it's not the worst thing. Yeah, we've got a 2 cheaper one. You can buy something very cheap and just then do a fair bit of damage with Nova quite easily. So we'll see what he chooses. Fist buying. Just buying with Fist Matter Spay possibly there.
Really? Very much, right?
I think I saw him buy with Fist Matter Spay. Yep, he bought a Fist Matter Spay. Or
no.
He changed his mind.
Changed his mind.
He's been quite indecisive, which actually is sometimes rare. Unless he's in a very tough spot, he will often be more decisive in this detonate damage, detonate games. So it is interesting to see him push like this to a point where he is unsure what he wants to buy. So we've got Whip Hunters and Blue Eyes still. So it's 2 cheaper and we'll get in. He does still choose for Prismatic Spray. He's just had a moment's doubt there, obviously.
I was counting up the dice and then I thought, where are the bloody Constantine dice? And it's like, hey, they're kind of there.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're hard to see.
Invisible.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
So you've got a lot of energy left. That can be used for a lot of Nova Pims. A lot of damage going through just because of that.
Nova could come seriously into play in this game.
Yeah.
We've got 32 minutes left.
I believe he just Blue Eyes in just as Elf Thief possibly out of the way. Because then Blue Eyes can be used as many times as you want. Whip Hunters is only on the first dice of your turn, so that is a one-off. So whatever he buys now, if he buys something, is doing it into his... Yeah. There is... Oh, bought out, you mean got all of them. True, again, it has been an interesting one. He tried to have a Constantine for more control, I think. And I believe one Elf Thief has been bought as well for more control.
Players have their strategy. Whether or not they... well, it's a good strategy is another question.
Yeah, buying Mortal Man, again, is a really good thing because you get that Swarm weapon, but you get more... dice roll, and you just, again, any kind of vamp, any kind of resource advantage over your opponent is such a big thing.
Yeah, agreed.
But we'll see. So we've got the damage we'll be going through from the Nova, and we'll see if he just leaves it unblocked. If he does, I don't know what the level that Nova's on, but that could just be enough to go through.
Yeah, I would just block Nova because he can take the damage anyway.
Yeah, but Bottom takes another 2 damage, so
minimize it down.
I think Ben's trying to decide how many dice he puts in this. It doesn't look like he has lethals. That's 2 damage from one magic missile, at least, and we'll see how many times he chooses to do that. It's possible because he doesn't have a KO, he may be waiting to Blinker Bash for next turn, and then keep just doing reliable damage rather than just doing all out and possibly part himself. But that is at least 2 damage, and blinking it back and letting the Beholder kill the side ditch. So it's just down to 12 on Dareth's side, but Ben still has the dominant board. Dareth doesn't have his win condition yet. I'd say this game's loaded up for Ben. Dareth may have to turn it around again in the second game. Strangely is in this matchup. Like I said, if I just go through the team sheets, I believe
Go through.
So we've got no Bard, no 1, nothing. Yes, 1 Bard.
One Bard.
And that wasn't even the main win condition in
Yeah.
the deck we saw it in. So this is quite a strange meta that these guys are playing in just now. So
I guess that's one of the advantages of small regionals, that it
Yeah.
can be a very unusual meta.
Yes, a very unusual card. So I believe you've got the choice of what he's stealing with the Elf Thief. Of course, it's only one with question marks. That can be anything you want.
Of course.
Jed, other people have been to regionals. Have you been seeing less Bard as some of these Beholder and the Lantern decks get more consistent, more tools to fight against Bard, or do you think Bard will just be as strong as it has been for quite a while now? So, personally, it is still my play. It will probably be what I play at Nationals, some Bard variant. Don't know what it is yet. That's a long way off, but I do hope to go to Nationals and hope to see possibly some of you in the chat there, if you earn your own or come along for the qualifiers. But hopefully do there. Hopefully do well. And we'll see what Dareth can do on his turn now. So here's his dice. He fielded it to be Elf Thief as we saw, and he's just got the other 3 dice to decide what to do. He has been a bit starved for Vamp this game, and he's Paladin it down. I wonder what he's trying to get here.
He's definitely vying for something at this point.
Yeah.
There's another...
Possibly just doing it for masks.
Oh, look at that reaction there from Gareth.
He may be just trying to get some kind of mask to get something, but just did a blink or something. But glad to hear that you'll be there. From a Twitch channel, I can't tell your name, but if you see me there, feel free to say hi wherever we end up being. So I believe, I don't know what Ben's trying to explain here, possibly some of the strange things you can do with Bard, being able to reroll things in the field zone. It's one of the interesting things about it.
Ben doesn't mind if he loses because he's in Nationals.
Yeah, he's happy. He's come today with what seems to be quite an experimental list. Sad to hear you won't be there doing Mr. Six, and sadly you won't even be there for the qualifiers, but hopefully we'll get a chance to see you at one of these events. But
there's a bolt.
I think he was still looking for the Master, I believe, but he's just using to blue eyes it to get it out. Just out of the way to the Elfiever's coming back through.
Yes.
But we don't have much in the field zone, and we have a Nova coming back through, and a lot of dice on Ben's slot side once he starts using the Professor X global to get the dice back out. So I don't have at least 4 dice. He's looking for as many bolts as he can find, with just as many energy with that Superwoman global. So hopefully we'll see what he can come up with, but this does look like a bad situation for...
Yeah, I don't see this being...
It's him and Mr. Fantastic globals. So...
Wow, Mr. Fantastic actually being used.
Yeah, and not being blinked back to kind of a more standard thing, so I believe Ben will just be taking his damage there. Well, no, he's just allowed it to die on the Nova, which then deals more damage to Gareth, so that is a doubly bad thing. He loses multiple man and he takes damage.
Double kill.
Yes, so Gareth is now down to 10. That means, depending on the level of that Nova, 5 damage could do it. But Gareth only has 1 dice left in his field zone, so this is likely to be a win here for Ben. So Gareth still has it all to play for, still made a comeback in the last game after being 1 down, can make a comeback again. Possibly just needs to focus on getting his min dice out earlier, like probably the uncommons have been saying, like we agree. That's... Yeah, we see a Constantine come out just as an extra attacker. That's a bit of extra confirmed damage, so you will see... That's all in, and probably going to be game. Because there's no one to defend them for. There is no 1, 2, 3, 4 pins on. No, that's 8. That's 8 damage, and the other 2 can just come from any attacking creature. So
yeah, that's not going to go well.
That is going to be game. That's 1 block. That's all you can do.
Well, it's something.
It's something, but that's still game. So we're moving on to game 2. In our finals, which we should update for the bottom of a banner.
Oh, yes, of course. It is not the same finals. It is the finals.
It is the finals. If anyone just joined us, I believe mostly you've hopefully been here for a while, but if you are just joining, it is the finals, not the semi-finals. We have Ben Scott versus Gareth Thomason, a Nova burn deck versus a Masked Lantern based deck.
And Ben has just got a win.
Yes, Ben has just gone 1 up. Yes, I believe for the Nationals, from what I've been told, I haven't been to one, there are a couple of qualifiers, a constructed and a draft. I think we are still waiting on the exact information based on our qualifiers, which is kind of sad, but we'll see what happens. So yes, we're doing a 7-day and back up to 20, and we will see what if Garrett can pose a comeback from this.
Yes, which he's got 25 minutes to do it in, so we're basically at half the time. So
it may go down to another very silly situation if he makes his comeback, but...
Please no.
What it is.
Please no. No, it would be exciting if it did. It would be very exciting.
Yes. Very high tension psychic game.
If you're ever in the area next week, guys, we have a Final Fantasy tournament coming up. If you're a TCG player,
I'll be there.
Oh, hey! We've also got a Blood Bowl tournament going as well, the Winter Bowl tournament, which you won't be there for.
No. Kind of wish I would be, but yeah. I have enough games on my plate.
And 2 weeks from now, we're actually having our next streamed event, which is our X-Wing Hangar Bay event.
So. They come with that. The X-Men streams are always fun. So
I love running them.
That's definitely your kind of game. So
I actually know what I'm doing when it comes to X-Wing. I don't know. I think I've done not too bad.
Definitely picking up on the Dice Masters silliness. So Ben has just prepped a Elfie trying to stop the Professor Etzen coming in. We actually saw Gareth Rip Hunters in an Elfie as well, so he's
starting to really make use of the Rip Hunters there.
There's definitely been a learning event for Gareth, if nothing else, so I think we are definitely going to see him come out of this a better player and, like I said, qualify for Nationals, so hopefully we'll see him there as well.
Why are you looking forward to next month, Fallout Blood?
Yes. There's more regionals events, I believe,
most likely more regionals are going on.
If you don't do another regionals events, I believe a couple of players from Athena are thinking of travelling to some of them, so hopefully you'll see Phil or someone else. There
It's Captain America's wall currently on the desk, as we've got shield, 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 shield.
That's rather unfortunate, but he still has Parallax. He can still choose that, or he can just try and get Whip Hunters in a Constantine.
Actually, no, there's a fist in there, actually.
Nice.
Thinking about it. But yeah. Still, quite an assortment of shields in there.
Last meeting before Nationals is next month, so
that's the one.
yes. So hopefully, if you go to that, hopefully you do well. Hopefully, see you at Nationals if
Yeah,
you
good-
haven't qualified already.
Yeah, good luck to anyone who is going to regionals and is hoping to qualify for nationals, and also good luck for nationals.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a good idea to have a bit of good luck going in.
Yeah. Oh, we are buying a blinked dice. That is an
Ooh.
interesting choice. We have seen a few people buy blinked dice, not much use of it yet. It's interesting to see it as an early game purchase. I've always found it to be more of a late game. I need to get a couple more damage in, rather than anything else. We bid one for Days Masters. Element Games on the Saturday event on the 18th. So that's a big event. Element Games usually has quite a big crowd going to it. They have a lot of local players, so I believe it is your local, actually, isn't it?
I'll make note of that so we don't have one on the same day.
Well,
Okay.
we have a lot of energy on Ben's side.
An assortment of energy there. We've got a fist, 2 fists, a bolt, 2 masks, actually 4 masks in total.
We see the Whip Hunters. We see a Beholder being bought.
Beholder.
And I'm guessing those 2 masks are just going to be kept. Well, not. It's just. Oh, it's best bet to now because you have the energy already in there, so cannot blame him for that. That is the best move for it. And just passing the turn, so. John Dareth, who's unfortunately missing out on some more for Vamp.
So what did you win when you went to your...
Actually, it was the same set of promos mostly. The difference is the Super Rare set.
the Super S set is the only
Yeah,
thing.
so it was the same set of promos. I got the full set come in second, so yeah, we guess that some travel cost can be unfortunate for Norwich. We are a bit out of the way here. So it is a bit unfortunate.
Well,
but
I think we're great for the kind of the south and the east of England area. But it's when it comes to, like, if you're in the west area, or if you're upper north, then it is awkward. I do appreciate that.
yes, and plus going on those, because we have absolutely no motorways, can be a bit.
Yeah.
awkward.
And there we go. We've got a sidekick coming up just there, along with a wild and a mask.
Oh, we should have another dice.
Ta-ta, England.
Yes. Hope you know the stream. Hope you catch up with the end of the game later. But I believe you also rolled the Elf Thief this turn, which is why.
Yes, that's
I'll
fielded
send
right
off
now.
Yeah.
In the field zone.
Yeah.
Ready to press the attack should necessary, although it's worth noting that Ben does have his...
No, that is just
that's,
a energy
That's
which
an energy which
Gareth is about to
Gareth has
steal.
an ability
Yeah.
to steal.
Just buy me Elf Thief for that energy on one of his own.
Yeah.
Feel
Okay.
them excited. I
Why not?
just attack with the Elf Thief to cycle it through.
There we go.
Yeah,
so that's
so-
hit. A significant number of hits, which I didn't realise was I lost there.
No, it's maybe it is. Wow, 15. So too much talking, not enough paying attention to the game, obviously. So we'll try and keep up with the game
It's
more.
late in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Beholder's rolled 2 masks there. A couple of shields in there. I see a bolt
He's
as
done a
well.
combo roll for the Elf Thief and Beholder.
Yeah,
definitely.
he
They
wants to
are
get the Beholder in there.
mainstays of his combo.
Yeah.
He wants to try and deny the energy that Master gives Dareth. He wants to try and get it for himself as well, I'd imagine. So he's thinking about what other energy he wants in this turn. Like I said, Master always such a big thing. Such a big thing for the Presserette, for the Blink, for the Miss Fantastic. You want Master are one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, you want to get it in there. So.
So that is one of the big things for Master win list, because the Master have such good globals, and you're looking for Master anyway. That is why it's so as strong as it is. That's why it's the most played variant. You see a couple of bolts. I've seen some interesting shield and fist lists, but Master is definitely the most played variant of all the Lantern win lists. So Ben just think about what he wants to do. Obviously, he can take his time, but you've got a feel for Dareth just having to sit there and know that time is ticking down.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Time is not on your side in these games.
No. You've got a little wall of dice.
Yeah, the wall of dice can be. Because in Dice Masters, I feel like having so many dice is great, but the thing is, because you're going to get one reroll, it can be, with some exceptions, you have to kind of really press your luck when it comes to that. I mean, you can get Parallax to give you extra rerolls, but then there's no guarantee.
Yeah, and your opponent gets as well. So we paid a shield, and so that is just Vip Hunter's in another. He decided not to go for the reroll, just go for the energy heavy strategy. He's just possibly just passing turn there. Yep, he's just keeping the energy back to do energy heavy strategy.
Why not?
The opponent is Professor Epson wants to get the 1 energy out of his use pile and just getting a handful of cycles out of his bag, so And a Constantine dice, I believe it is. So.
Oh, lovely. Constantine's coming into play. That could be a big effort for the game.
That could be good. North Down Beholders, like we said. But he needs that Electro dice as well to stop his own Mr. Fantastic being a downside batters. One of the things we've seen a lot, or seen a lot of potential for, is that Mr. Fantastic really coming back to hurt him, force him to attack when he's not ready, and it's quite an interesting choice for him to choose that, given the list he's running, so...
Okay, Constantine,
it's impossible to tell.
Impossible to tell what the hell that is. But we have a mask, a shield, 2 shields, and a sidekick.
Yes. So, Paul's haven't been the best of Doubt in some of these games. He hasn't been seeing all the masks he wants. But
he's not been getting the roles he really needs.
Yeah, that is what you kind of need to deal with a bit. That is what Parallax is kind of there for, but you got to know when to do it and when not to. That is one of the key skills in the game, knowing how much you can spend on Parallax, and if you... Apparently he does not want the Parallax, so it's like... then having a bit of fun pretending to whip that up. So he is Parallaxing this turn. He's Parallaxing the sighted in his field zone to get him back 1 extra energy. He sees some more masks, a mask and a treasure mask, so that could be more. He feels the Constantine, so that was obviously a low-level counter face. So he's fine there, and he's got the mask that he needs to
got the mask. Yeah, to activate.
Plus, we know we've got at least 1 Elf Thief coming on Ben's side, if not more.
He's got 17 to cycle to try and swing this. He's done some damage to Ben, but Ben, as you said, life as a resource, he took that on the chin to be able to cycle the dice through.
Yeah.
As we've seen, Ben can come in with an amazing attack and just pummel Gareth into the ground.
Yeah. We haven't seen Different Nova yet, but once he does, that Nova is such a big threat.
Nova is an amazing card.
Ben, we see just using a bolt there just to use it, to get it back into your use pile.
Yeah, because otherwise you don't want to... It takes the resources away from Ben.
Yeah, and also it is then able to be pressed back into the prep area. We also see a Mr. Fantastic Day through Ben again using his life as a resource, taking another 2 damage, I believe it is. So he's down to 13. He's using that life definitely as a resource, just get things out of Gareth's field. That is the danger of winning Mr. Fantastic. That is what people can do to you if they don't want you to have characters. So we see a lot of dice turn up for...
Yeah, just forcing the attacks.
Yeah, force the attacks through, take it on the chin, and stop your opponent being able to build up anything good. So it's something that you definitely need to take care of. We have a lot of dice coming through for Ben. He may try and Different Nova on this turn. We'll see what he can pick up. So he's got 8 houses, so he has Blue Eyes open to him. He has 9 energy there, which is a huge amount.
Yes.
So he should do something to do this turn. I reckon we'll see a Nova purchase this turn.
I think you're right. I think he's going to go for Nova and try and get the big damage dealer coming in. He's taken quite a lot of damage, but now there's a lot that's going to have to cycle into Gareth's bag. This is the time to attack now.
Yeah, Gareth has no vamp. He has a pretty dead bag coming up soon.
Yeah.
He has 2 sidekicks and... I'm trying to see if he has any other dice. I don't believe he does.
No,
no, 1 blink dice I believe he bought.
He did buy a blink dice, yes.
Coming for his bag. So his Whip Hunters in, he Blue Eyes and he went into the Nova, so... And he's keeping the rest of energy back to Professor X. Right. May have to be back in just a moment if you will excuse me. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Sure.
But it has been a long day and a lot of water.
Try like that one out, people. Okay, so we're into a new cycle here. I'm surprised that he didn't... a psychic dice. He didn't want the psychic dice. He wanted to get Constantine in there for the block, but I think Ben was very glad to see that gone. Here we go. So we do have the blink dice in play. Blink, for those that are not aware, even though it's been used several times today. Blink card. That's the one. Use after blockers are assigned. Each of your blocker character dies deals 1 damage to the defending player in addition to normal damage. However, there's no blocker, so it's kind of come up at a very ill-fated time. Hopefully he rolled that into resources. I didn't see it. I think I can just see that he has indeed done so. I think he's got 2 resources. Well, 2 is the only resources you can get from there. So he's got a wild, a mask, and I believe a second wild there. So he has a choice of resources to buy. And I believe he's just purchased 2 dice of multiple man. modifying 6. Okay. Ben really needs to bring things back around next turn. He can come in with Nova, really hit hard. Excuse me very quickly, guys. This room is actually very well ventilated, so unfortunately it can get very cold in here during winter, but in summer I'll be laughing, so woo. Anyway, okay, I believe he's using Superwoman. Or no, at least he's pointing to it, so yeah, that's the case, so we're seeing spending here. And feeding the dice through. Beyonder, he takes damage because he can't finish cycling his deck. He has 2 resources at his disposal. He's taken damage because he was unable to cycle through his deck, so he's taken another 2 damage.
Oh, no, 2. That is an impressive amount of overdraw life.
Yep.
That means he's got a lot of energy to work with this turn,
Mm-hmm.
and that energy can be turned into bolts by Superwoman if he gets what he needs. So
Yes, that's what they were just referring to Superwoman as well.
yes, so he is hopefully going to do a lot of damage now, then blink it back. Like I said, Ben is kind of fortunate that his opponents have that blink global, so he can blink for Nova back if he needs to.
Mm.
But
Very impressive game. Oh, he's got Beyond in there.
that honestly, that Beholder has decent attack stats, and if it's a high level Nova, that could be a swim.
Yeah, this could be it. This could be the play that he needs.
That's a lot of bolts as well, so
Yeah, impressive. Superwoman is going to come into big play if he does go to it. He's doing the calculations in
doesn't
his
even need
head.
Superwoman from that probably.
That's true.
So
Just adding insult to injury at that
paying
point.
2 to field, that's a mid-level, I believe a 5/6 Nova possibly, but that's full attack. That's a lot of bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, 5 bolts,
Whoa!
6 bolts. That's 12 damage just from the Nova.
Damn!
So that is
That's
that
game.
is
That's game.
That is a huge game. That may actually be a max level Nova. So that is game. That's a huge swing there by Benstock. Did exactly what he needed on that turn. Did enough bolts. So
And that is it.
yeah, Benstock is the regional tournament for our Athena Wizards Open 2017 Winter Regionals.
Unfortunately, that means that cycles down from Ben down to Gareth.
Well, not really, unfortunately. Fortunately for Dareth.
Yeah, fortunately, Gareth. Fortunately,
No.
Gareth. But I mean, to be fair, we're not going to do. We can do with 2 entry fees.
Not much, but
Not much. So, yeah. So Gareth does indeed get it. This last match was really just playing it through to the end, really, and seeing who got the prize.
Yep. Ben seems to have learned something from his previous win games and seems to be able to come out stronger there and just be able to take the prizes. So he gets the full set of promos, he gets a full set of super rares. He must be very happy with this list as well as he does.
That is awesome. I think today's been a really good day.
Actually, yeah, I think we had a load of good matches. A lot of them went to time, so they were very close. One it did, but 2 it didn't. One of them went back and forth a lot with Phil and
That was a really
Lottie,
good game.
so that was really impressive as well.
So, yeah.
Nice finals. A new rule decided on for future events.
Future reference, yes.
And yes, I hope everyone enjoyed it who was watching.
We hope that... I had a word with everyone outside just briefly. Everyone who came out and enjoyed themselves, which was lovely. We hope that you guys who watched the stream enjoyed it because... hello.
We have a judge.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
So we have our winner with us.
Thank you. There's games back here.
Yes, there's so much back
There's
here.
everything back here.
So we do
Welcome to
have
my
our
office.
regionals winner with us, Ben Stott.
Hello.
So are you happy with how your Novelist ran? Because that was quite an interesting list coming into this, obviously.
Yeah, I played on Thursday with like a heroic team,
Oh, wow.
and I got trashed 5 games in a row.
That's even more interesting. Heroic, for people who don't know, is from the Uncanny X-Men
Uncanny
set?
X-Men, yeah.
Yes, it works if you have more than one heroic character out at a time.
Yeah.
Basically. If you feel one when another one's already out.
Mastering is really vulnerable to being against teams that are quite aggressive.
Yeah.
Like a couple of games, I I think one of the games against Dan, I just ended up buying Beholders and swinging with them.
Yeah, because that's all you needed.
Because he eventually had to just block with stuff he doesn't want KO'd.
Yeah.
So it's good. Yeah.
Do you think Nova was a great addition to your team?
Yeah, it's really strong. I don't know if you can make it past Bard and Beholder and stuff like that.
It was an interesting day today when we only had one player playing Bard at all, and that wasn't even the focus of the list. So.
That's true. The other thing we didn't see a lot of, which helped me dramatically, was Oracle.
Yeah, I think one or two people ran that, I think.
Yeah, I think I only came up against Dan who had it, and Oracle would just ruin me.
Cost.
Luckily, for some reason, against Dan in the semi-finals, Oppression Begins wrecked it.
So you kept buying Oppression Begins. So that's turned out to be quite a good
I know, right? It's really weird.
You bought it for the Beholder matchup, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I did. I was like, so I've used End of Days before, and then I was like, well, I'll try something else. Tried Oppression Begins, and then I was like, it's pretty good because, especially against Dan in the semi-finals, he kept getting his Raven out. So Raven and Oracle are a big problem.
Yeah, and it's obviously targeted.
But he kept rolling his Raven on level 1.
Which has 0.
So I was like, okay, do Oppression Begins, doesn't target, both of them go to your used.
Yeah, which is amazing as a task.
Yeah. And then because I was being so aggressive, he kept wasting his energy on blinking.
Yeah.
Rather than PXGing.
Yeah, which then I think hammered it out a bit because he was probably short of energy.
Yeah.
In the last game we saw, but I believe we have the prizes.
Yep. So.
Yeah. So we've been through on the stream before.
Yep. So we have our 2 participation prizes.
Yep.
Which is our.
Which may look very familiar to you.
We have 2 top 8 prizes.
Which everyone got today, which is
exciting.
Nice.
Everyone got one of these.
These are really good.
Yeah.
Top 4 prizes.
A lot of cards can be used in quite meta teams.
This card is the worst card, though.
And your
Just
top
FYI.
your top 2 prizes.
Awesome.
Yeah, top 2.
On the table, we have
And on the table,
super
we have
Thank you, guys.
your super rare dice pool.
Thank
They
you.
serve you well.
Yes.
So the other thing is, you've already got your nationals, have you not?
Yes.
So it transfers to Gareth.
Yeah, we think so.
Gareth.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really surprising that I won.
It's very nice, but
My team was like, I was like, yeah, whatever. No, it was fun. I just wanted to be quick. That's what I wanted to do.
yeah, and it was definitely quick. So
It'll be done through the system, won't it?
It'll be definitely.
it's
Yeah.
done through the system.
Yeah, I
It's
think
all
That's
it's-
what I thought. Yeah,
It's a bit weird, but I think
It's a bit weird, but yeah, no, we've worked out.
No certificate, no nothing.
Just lots of cards and dice.
One,
you
doesn't
know.
it? Or is it 8 players for the second one? So I'm trying to work it out.
it's over 8, so you need 9. Yeah.
Yeah, so we unfortunately just missed out on the second place.
Yeah.
So that's the way of one sometimes, but yes.
Yeah, but at least it goes down because last
Yeah.
year it didn't, and that's kind of rubbish.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it
That
works
is-
much better in this way.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming along. We've got one more question,
Sorry.
which is True Master 6.
Boo.
Ask around if it gets boring winning WKOs all the
No.
time.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what it is, but so I play with a guy called Joseph quite a lot.
Who
Who
back
came today,
We unfortunately
and
didn't have a chance to see him because he was knocked out.
He does pretty well against me when we're at home, but then I played him today, and the first game he just kept buying I don't know, just bad stuff. Second game he sorted himself out, but I said to him I don't know what you're doing,
Maybe
and I don't know what it is, but in tournaments somehow I just don't tend to make that many mistakes.
Yeah, so pressure can affect different people in different ways, but
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I just look at it as long as I don't make any mistakes, I'll do all right.
yeah.
And then
As long as you're not that, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming down and joining us.
Yeah, I
Such
look
a-
forward to
such
watching
a
the
pleasure
feeds.
having you
Yes,
here.
we
as
will
well.
be up on YouTube as soon as we can,
As
I
soon as we
believe. So
can.
Yeah, it's a really cool game shop to play at. Anyway,
Oh, thank you very much. We appreciate
Yes.
that.
yeah, it's really cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm really
definitely
jealous.
enjoy
We
it.
hope you're running more events like this in the future for that. So.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Thanks
Thanks,
for
guys.
joining us.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Well done.
Thank you.
Definitely well done.
Yeah, I'll see you at nationals.
Yep, I'll make sure to make it
Or are
down.
you going to?
I probably won't be coming to another regionals. I'll come to the nationals.
Okay. I think Dan. Hopefully, some of the guys will come down to.
Probably will want to, yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. So we may see some Team Athena players at other regionals, but
Thanks, dude.
And that is it.
so yeah.
That is it, everyone.
Yes.
We are finished for the day. It's been a good old trope. I loved it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially as someone who's very new.
Yeah, a lot
So-
of experience. Seeing
yeah.
what the meta can actually do. Didn't see much Bard, but
No.
another time.
So yeah, you guys know what's coming up. If you want to check out what events we have coming up in the future, you can of course check our events page on our website or our Facebook page, and also make sure to check out our other videos on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe if you can, like us, like our page on Facebook, like and follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on Facebook, on YouTube. I get them all mixed up all the time.
Just do all the things to do with all the Athena pages.
All the things like share, subscribe, all that jazz on all of our various pages. You'll get something right on there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will catch you all next time, everyone.
Yes.
My name's been Elliot Baker, your regular commentator and event coordinator for the day.
Yes, I'm Jonny Ellis. I'm a one-time Dice Masters commentator who will hopefully come back to do more.
Hopefully. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you
Goodbye.
next time.